Hey everybody, Chris Bond 21 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. On the last episode, we took care of all of Halloween Town in one episode, much like we did with Agrabah, an episode before that, just because I figured it was time for some bonus, big, 40-minute plus episodes to offset some of the minier episodes we've been dealing with in the past. But don't worry, today we are going back to a two-parter episode here in the Pride Lands, our next world on the list. And so this world is kind of interesting because it was supposed to be in the first Kingdom Hearts, but due to limiting time with the development, they couldn't get something to work in this level, as we'll see when we land, because this world is going to be our first transformation world, where we look totally different from what we usually do. We've seen some costume changes so far with Steamboat Willie's world being black and white, and with the most recent thing in Halloween Town, where we got to wear our Halloween Town swag and then our Christmas Town outfits. But Pride Lands is a little different, because it would be kind of weird for Sora to be running around with a Keyblade as a person here in this world, if you know what this is based on. So let's land into Pride Lands.
Monkey punch. Hey, check us out.
Yeah!
This place is kind of creepy, though.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Heartless?
Oh, I don't know, Sora. I get the feeling they might live here.
Don't mind us. Just passing through. We won't be any trouble.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't be silly. We love you to stick around for lunch.
We didn't bring anything to eat.
That's not gonna be a problem.
Gosh, Sora, I think we're the lunch.
Yeah!
Whoa!
Going somewhere? Man, that Scar's got the worst timing.
Just let him roar.
We better go see what he wants. Sounds like he's grumpy enough already.
Fine.
I don't know what that was about, but I'm glad it's over. Everything's harder on four legs.
Gotta start practicing.
I found a trick to it. Here, let me show you.
So yes, we are in the Pride Lands based on the Lion King, which was supposed to be in the first Kingdom Hearts game because Tetsuya Nomura, the director of the series, loves the Lion King, and he really, really wanted this to be in the first game. Unfortunately, trying to get this to work, a quadruped Sora as a lion, was not exactly working out too well, and they didn't have enough time to implement it into the game. So unfortunately, it had to make the bucket list of things to do in the sequel, which is why, of course, it's now in Kingdom Hearts 2. And so this is a brand new world. The last two videos we did were returning worlds, so we're going to see a whole bunch of new stuff here, which is kind of cool, and you get to hear my opinion on what I think of The Lion King, which is that I think it's just an okay movie. Which everyone seems to get pissed at me for when I say that. I've had numerous arguments with my friends when we talk about the best Disney movies of the 90s, and I always say, like, oh, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast are my favorites, and, you know, I feel like those are the best. And The Lion King is like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's like a third one, and that's because, look, don't get me wrong, all the Disney Renaissance movies are based off of something. Like, I think Aladdin is based off of, like, Arabian Nights. The Beauty and the Beast thing is based off of, like, the fairy tale that was redone, like, a bajillion times. And The Lion King is based off of Hamlet. Like, it's literally Hamlet with lions and jungle creatures, which is why I don't understand why a lot of people like it so much. Don't get me wrong, I like The Lion King. I like the messages that it does about, like, the past and not, like, leaning into your mistakes, but there are parts of it where I do feel like there are issues with it, like with Simba, and we're going to see a little bit of that here in this game, because Simba was in the last game as a summon spell, but we're going to learn a little bit more about what's been troubling him since the first game, since he came back to the Pride Lands after we rescued him in the first game. So let's head out of the gorge and show you what this looks like fighting as Lion Sora.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes?
What do we do?
Stay back!
So yeah, Sora keeps the Keyblade in his mouth, and this means we have a whole bunch of new abilities that we couldn't do as regular Sora. So unfortunately, some of our moves have been crippled, similar to what happened in... oh, I'm dead. Okay, well that sometimes can happen because those guys are a little bit stronger than the normal enemies. I thought I was high enough level that I wasn't going to have this problem because I always die when I come here because those guys take so much health away from you that it's not even fair, and I think they basically got me into that corner. I wasn't even pressing anything. Let me skip this real fast. So yeah, you got a whole bunch of new moves. So similar to how in the first game in Atlantica where we were crippled with different moves, we're kind of stuck with that here. There's some cooler moves that we get with Lion Sora where it's a lot more like speed-based things where you can like charge into the enemies and wail on them, which is kind of cool. But I like my old thing. Also, there's this move, Rodeo. I like Rodeo because you get to ride on the guy and then smack him down into the ground. So it's nothing more satisfying than jumping on one of these things and then crushing him in. So yeah, that wasn't really struggling that time. I just got stuck in the corner.
Definitely heartless.
Thank you. You really saved me.
We're just glad you're okay.
Did you see any other heartless around here?
Heartless? Is that what they're called? I'm not sure if there are any others. I don't usually hunt outside the Pride Lands.
Pride Lands?
Hey, do you know if a guy named Riku is there? Or some hoods? Or maybe this really big bully named Pete? Oh well, we might as well go take a look anyway.
Wait, the Pride Lands are dangerous. Scar and the hyena have made things unbearable for everyone. There's no food left. They've driven off the prey. We're about to starve.
We can handle a little danger. You just saw us beat those heartless.
I guess you're right. You could be just what the kingdom needs. Maybe you can help us.
You mean take on this Scar guy and all those hyenas?
Star?
He took over when our last king, Mufasa, died.
So you're saying this guy's your king? You want us to take down your king? Wait just a minute. We can't just go around knocking kings off their thrones. Then again, if they see that I'm stronger than their king, maybe they'll ask me to be their next king.
Sora?
I'd have to refuse, of course. Still, I'd like to see lands, so you guys don't mind lending them a paw, do you?
Uh-oh. There it goes again.
She's gonna go on ahead and tell the other lionesses. We're supposed to meet her at a place called Pride Rock.
Yeah, Sora, because if Riku and the King and organization their team were going to be chilling out in any Disney World, it would be this one, because they'd fit in so well with all the animals, wouldn't they? See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it made kind of some sense in the first game, because a lot of the worlds we visited, like, even like when we went to Atlantica, the first thing that Sora did was he didn't say to Ariel or King Triton, hey, have you seen Riku? Because what are the odds that Riku would be under the sea with Kairi? It didn't make any sense. But yet, in this game, every time we drop somewhere, it's like the first thing on his mind. It reminds me of it's an old Flash animation parody that was on Newgrounds back in the day. I think it's on YouTube now. They've re-uploaded most of the stuff. I think that site's still in existence, but I don't know if the Flash's animations are all there. But yeah, it was called Kingdom Hearts, D-U-M-B, and in it there's a joke where Donald tells Sora, he's like, so let me get this straight. You're going to check the world map. You're going to drop into every single world in the universe, head into the local pub, ask if they've seen your friends, and then move on to the next world. And then Sora's like, of course! And that's pretty much what this game is kind of like a little bit, where we're going from world to world and we're just sort of like saying, yeah, you've seen, a teenage boy and a mouse. I mean, it's unlikely you'd see them, but yeah, there we are. So, yeah, this is a pretty interesting world overall. But again, like I said, I like The Lion King. I'm really excited for the live action movie they're gonna do next year. That's right. I think both those movies are next year. I think the Aladdin live action movie is next year, and so is The Lion King. Yeah, Disney's on a roll with that stuff recently. You gotta admit it. I think ever since The Jungle Book, they've kind of been on a hot streak with that. I think even the same guy who directed The Jungle Book is doing the Lion King movie. I think it's John Fairview. I think is doing it also. So that should be good, because The Jungle Book was actually pretty good. I really liked it. I liked it. Well, I thought it was a lot. Well, I seen the cartoon, but the cartoon's kind of old, and I saw it a long time ago, so I barely, and I'm dead. Ugh, God, I hate those friggin' wildcat guys. Pains in my butt. Ugh, jeez. And I'm probably the right level too. It's just as Lion Sora, I'm just kind of getting used to the controls here. Ugh, all right, let's try this again, shall we? Because I'm going through those enemies pretty fine. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But yeah, The Lion King, and there was like, I think they did 3 movies of this too, and those were not... I mean, the second one was alright. I mean, they ripped off Romeo and Juliet for The Lion King too, because, I mean, why not? The first movie did Hamlet. You might as well as use another Shakespeare play for your sequel. So yeah, I think the second one was based on Romeo and Juliet. And then there was The Lion King 1.5, which tried to explain where Timon and Pumbaa were the entire time of the first movie, like before the events of the movie and everything, and that they were actually there the whole time. And that's where it really started getting to like the bottom of the barrel of like, really, we really needed this. And now I think there's even another show on right now called The Lion Guard, and I think that takes place in the future, like post The Lion King 2, which is that's kind of cool. I've never watched it, but I've heard about it, and I mean, it's pretty cool they keep doing properties with that. But I just feel like the Lion King didn't need 3 movies to tell its story. Maybe the second one wasn't that bad. I didn't really mind the second one, because they did like I said, the Romeo and Juliet thing between, I think it was Scar's nephew, and he was falling in love with Simba's daughter. So that was kind of cool. I like that. But even the first Lion King, I don't think it's a bad movie. But everyone loses their crap over, like, when you bring up the Lion King, they're like, oh, the Lion King, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm just like, whoa, like, relax. Good movie. Not the best thing in the universe.
That's him.
What? What is it?
I told Rafiki you might be able to help us force Scar and the hyenas out of the Pride Lands. But he says it won't work. You see, whoever saves the Pride Lands will be our next king, and he has to have the right qualities.
Meaning?
Well, I think she means you're not cut out for the job, Sora.
I'm sorry you came all this way.
Hey, no, it's okay.
You better go before Scar finds out you're here. I'm really sorry.
Alright, so I think there's some chests to find around here on Pride Rock. I forget where. Let's talk to some of the lions, or lionesses. This place has gone to ruin ever since Scar became king. What are we supposed to do when the hyenas ate up all our prey? Yeah, I don't necessarily know how Scar caused all like the deforestation and stuff that made it all look like a wreck, but yeah, he did that too. Also, unfortunately, they didn't get back a lot of the voices from the movie, so unfortunately no Jeremy Irons as Scar, which is kind of a disappointment. There isn't any prey anyway. What we should do is cross the Wildebeest Valley, but no, Scar would never let us leave here. Alright, there's a crest up there that I can't get. This Serenity Crystal. I believe there's one more chest over here. We can't go inside Pride Rock yet. I believe it's going to be blocked off if I go up here. I can talk to Rafiki. The king's den is in there, where a long line of kings once reigned. Now only pretenders to the throne are there. Scar is cruel and brutal. You do well to keep your distance from him. Yeah, so we can't go inside. We should get out of here. Alright, there's also this little thing. You might miss this. I actually missed this my first time playing. Over here, there's this little rock formation. This is Rafiki's hut. Or the stone hollow, but it's where Rafiki chills out in the movie. You see a painting of a lion. Yeah, so this is the thing from the movie where Rafiki chills out in the tree. Almost missed that my first time playing. I think I didn't see it till my second visit here.
Hey, a snack?
Snack? Nah. We got us a three-course meal.
Look at that, here comes Scar, the king.
And Pete.
My back.
What are you doing here?
Oh, the cute little kitty's worried about me. If I were you, I'd be more worried about my friends.
Sora! We're surrounded!
Go on, ladies. You've got some hunting to do.
The herds have moved on, Scar. We can't hunt in a land with no prey.
No prey. Then what do you call this?
We're not prey.
Oh, nice and fresh, too.
Well, they're all yours, Scar.
Oh,
Run! Follow me!
I'm sorry I got you involved in this. It's no big deal. Aw, it's not your fault. Sora wouldn't be a good king. Hey, I had to give it a try, right? So you did want to be king. Well, you know. Nala, isn't there anyone else who could be king? There was, but he died when he was just a cub. He was the son of our last king, Mufasa. If only Simba were here. Simba? But Simba's just fine. I was summoning him all last game, or at least I would have if I actually used the summon system. He was fighting around alongside us not that long ago. You mean Simba's alive? But where is he? Well, that's complicated. He was trapped inside of a gem that the fairy godmother from another Disney world that you can't know about because of meddling affairs brought back to life because she was a victim of her own world's destruction, so she was in a world in between the worlds where people go for refuge, and she was able to help us get Simba out of this old gem, but only as a summon spirit that I didn't bother summoning because I don't really like the summon system in the first Kingdom Hearts game, so technically he was in the gem, but after we restored worlds by killing the guy that was in charge of all the darkness stuff that was trying to open up Kingdom Hearts and destroy the entire world, we think he went back to his original world, so he should be somewhere around here, if I've got that all correct. That I don't know. I just explained it! Still, Simba's alive. I can't believe it. Please, tell me more about him. Well, his attack range was pretty good, but I never really used him again. Of course. But first, we should get away from Scar. We'll go through the Wildebeest Valley. He won't follow us there. Alright, so there's a way to realize which way to go. So I think we have to go this way. And I don't know if you can see it from here, but if you look towards the, if you look to the right, you'll see those little tusks on the side by the tree. That's the elephant graveyard. And we don't go there, because that's where the light doesn't touch. And so we don't go near that. But this is the Wildebeest Valley, and I don't think there's any Heartless that show up here. Oh, no, they show up right near the end. I think because I probably beat everything on my way over. Yeah, so this area looks huge, but there's a reason for why this area is particularly a giant open plain that I can't explain right now, but we'll find out why it's so big in a little bit. We're going to get through this next couple of screens, and then we're going to call it for the day.
Hey, why the long face, Simba? You gotta lighten up and live a little.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
Let me guess. The past, right?
Hakuna Matata!
Would you look how he's grown, Pumbaa? Why, when I rescued the little guy, he was only this big.
I call continuity error. Those leaves did not spell out the word sex. If you know what that is, it's a reference to a very obscure bit of Disney trivia. Trust me, look it up. If you don't know, if you're relatively young and you don't know about the mysteries of Disney animation, look that up. You're in for a real treat.
Wow.
Don't worry, it's nothing too graphic or anything like that. It's just
What's wrong?
it's kind of funny.
Never gonna make it.
I guess Rafiki was right.
What?
Never mind, it's not important. Here, I'll show you how. You can do it.
So we learned the dash ability, and I think that's automatically equipped it to us. So yeah, now we can press the square button while we move to pick up a great amount of speed, and this will be helpful for charging in enemies and getting a few quick hits on them. So this is actually pretty helpful. Also, these areas are pretty big. This is again one of the giant open areas. See, this world works because, granted, there isn't a whole lot of things running around here because, again, the story kind of fits that bill where it's all desolate and stuff, so it shouldn't really have any life other than just the Heartless running around. So this one kind of works. But they're big levels to get through, and if you were just hopping like Sora's normal running speed here like this right now, it can take a while to get back between areas. So I'm kind of glad they have this little quick ability to jump back and forth between things, and I think I can use Rapid Blow. Nice. Rapid Blow just, I think, is a couple of quick hits into the enemy. And we'll open up this chest. Boom. I think there's... That's it. I think for the chest, there's one over there, one over there, one over there, and one on the side I already opened. I think I just missed one. There it is. There it is. I always miss one. They always look like oranges. These chests always look like oranges every single time. Let's go in the middle over here, fight some things off. Yeah, so we got the dash ability. Don't worry about jumping over that thing. It's nothing that we even saw. So it's not like it's something we have to worry about. There's another little thing there. There's another chest over here. Let's open that up. Yeah, so I think 2 more screens and we'll call it.
When Simba's father, King Mufasa, died, we were told that Simba died alongside him.
Who told you that?
Scar.
It is time.
It must be Simba. Sora, hurry!
Wait up!
Alright, so we're now in the wastelands. A couple more Heartless to fight around here, and then we'll make it to the Oasis. And we've got more of these jumbo guys coming, but thankfully the square button now works as an attack, so it should be a little bit easier for me to handle these guys, I hope. Again, it's never a guarantee in this game. You never know, because that move is really fast when he spins around like a crazy cat. So, rodeo! Woohoo! Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hold boy, hold boy, hold boy. There we go. I got the power gem. Found the power stone in the Agrabah episode. Still haven't found any of the Infinity Stones, but always hoping. You never know. And there should be a couple more fights here. There's another chest. Yeah, here we go. A couple more fights. So yeah, we're gonna just get to the Oasis, and then we're gonna call it because we're about 30 minutes in, and we'll keep the next episode a little bit shorter. Again, shorter episodes for you guys, because the next episode after this is gonna probably after we do the final episode here in Pride Lands, there's gonna be another short little episode before we move on to a big episode where it's not going to be a long episode, but it's going to be a bunch of, we're going to be spending a lot of time in a certain world before we get back on the road. So prepare yourselves, guys, for that. Alright, so here we go. So yeah, I was really disappointed at this point because I was like, wait, is this it? Is like once we beat the Pride Lands, is that it? Is the game over? Because that's all the worlds. Like that's all the, like that's everything. I'm so upset. Like it's done. I waited 3 years to play a game that I'm beating in a day. Like I was so upset. And then when they trick you with that whole, oh no, it's not over yet. You can still do other things. I was like, yes, that's so cool. Like I did not expect that. I didn't even know that was a thing. And I mean, I didn't even realize because I watched a lot of the trailers and stuff for the first game, so I knew there was still scenes I hadn't seen. But I was like, wait, did I just miss something? Like, did something go wrong? Like, there was so much confusion, and I gotta stay away from this guy. Yeah, so you saw that little move I just did right there. If you charge at him and then press the square button, Sora can do like this roar ability where like a giant beam of light will come out. And I gotta try to be careful here because he's probably gonna do that crazy move, and I can do the rodeo. I don't think, yeah, this is the last set of enemies, so I can't really move him anywhere else. Yeah, so let's just hit him. Once he loses his head, that's good. Let's open up that chest. Mithril stone, and let's head into the Oasis. I think we're gonna get, I think that's it for the cutscenes. There's just one more cutscene we're gonna watch, and then we'll call it for the day. Yep, we got another guy up here. Now this guy is annoying with the monkey that's on top of him. I like when Goofy like rams him up into the air, because then you can like jump up and take a few good free hits on him. Alright, so I'm gonna head up this way. I think there's a few more Heartless that'll spawn when we get a little closer to this point. I think, yeah, some of these crowns here in the Pride Lands, you need to use the dash ability to get them, because obviously the growth abilities don't work as Lion Sora, so there's no high jump, there's no quick thing, so sometimes you're gonna have to be a little creative. So let me see if I can show you how to do this one. So you gotta like run. You can sometimes use the jump command, because as we've seen, you can sometimes Sora's Keyblade will hit into it, but I'm doing a terrible job of it right now. Ooh, I totally missed that one. Yeah, so I think it's about here, and if I just, yep, there we go. I think Donald's head actually got that one. All right, let's take care of these last group of enemies, and then we'll go do the last cutscene before we call it for the day. This way we'll do a full 30-minute episode. Make it a little shorter, because I think if I keep doing this, we're probably going to do another 50-minute episode, so keep it short. And just finish up these last shadow guys. I just leveled up with the strength before, so that should help me out. There's a really painful boss on the second trip here, but I'll worry about that later when we get to it. So yeah, let's head deeper into the Oasis and see if we can find Simba.
Simba! It's me, Sora. Donald and Goofy are here too.
Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Whoa!
What happened to you?
Help, Simba! Help! She's gonna eat us!
Timon!
Pumbaa! Something must have happened in the jungle. I have to go help my friends.
Okay, we'll back you up.
Alright, we're going to call it here for now. Let me go open up the chest here. That'll give me the map to the wastelands and the oasis. That'll give me the map. And I think there is 2 more chests up here. Let's trigger the save point. There's another fancy chest here. So this should be... torn pages. Yep, that's the second torn page we found so far in the playthrough. I forget where the other ones are. We've gotten most of the big chests, so I'm assuming they come in other things. I really should have researched that before I started playing, but I actually forgot. Let me see if we can try to get this crown. I know this crown isn't crazily important, but I want to see if I can try to get it. It's a little difficult because you got to press the square button and then jump, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do. I almost had it that time. I just should have done it like an inch off from the edge. Let me see. I think what you should probably do is go back as far as you can, hit the square button. Don't hold it, just tap it a few times, and then press the jump button. Hopefully that should trigger it. I'm going to see if I can do it now. If I don't, it's not the end of the world. Whatever. I tried. Let me do it one more. Let me try one more time. I don't like ending off the episode on a bout of disappointment. So let's see. Come on. Dang it. I always hate this one. Yeah, it may look impossible, but trust me, this is the only way. You can't wait to come and do this one later because there is no other abilities that Lion Sora gets. So you got to get it now, or it's not happening. There's no other moves, there's no abilities you're gonna get that's gonna make this any easier. And I keep jumping off the side. Yeah, this takes a few tries. Damn it. I think maybe I'm jumping a little too fast. I was definitely in range with it the first time. I just totally overshot it. Come on, damn it. I got really lucky. I think maybe if I wait until Donald and Goofy are attached to me, maybe that can make it a little bit easier. Because I feel like right now I'm struggling for no reason. Give it one more go. If not, I'll call it because I'm wasting precious minutes here. It's like I'm falling and I can't control it, you know? I think I just have to press the square button. Let me see. Can I just press? Nope. I tried pressing square. That didn't work. Yeah, this is also the highest point you can get. So, I mean, it's pretty much got to be this, and I forget it. Yeah, so on the next episode, we will figure out what's happening with Timon and Pumbaa. And I'll meet you guys back here on the next one. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next part.